I grew up as a farm girl in New Ulm, Minnesota. We lived, 10 miles outside of town, and our lives were all built around the farm and around the local community, 4-H clubs, and, all my friends were the people that I went to church with because, they were all across the neighborhood.
When Cheri Beranek left the family farm to attend North Dakota State and pursue a career in marketing, she never would have guessed she'd wind up working in technology and ultimately serving communities like her hometown. Her first marketing role was with a software firm, and Cheri was hooked.
But I learned I loved the speed of this industry. Technology moves really quickly. It tests your gut. You need to never. You can never just make a guess, but you need, in order to move quickly, to have an instinct about where it's going and then verify. And so when I learned that I had the skill set not to build technology, but to be able to ask the right questions, to be able to offer the value to the customer, and then later to be able to ask the right questions of the design engineers to poke into their concepts and to be able to build a better product.
She worked for a succession of high-growth tech firms in the 1990s, and in 2008 she helped launch Brooklyn Park-based Clearfield, Inc., becoming its first and so far its only president and CEO.
Clearfield has been really important to me to prove that we know what we're doing. We were founded in 2008, in the middle of the Great Recession. We've been through that. We've been through, the shortenings as we've backed through the door, in 2012 when things kind of slowed down. And now we're proving that, we were built to scale. We were built for broadband and enabling the lifestyle that people deserve.
A publicly traded company, Clearfield's revenue topped $100 million for the first time in 2020, and the growth continues with the company already up 40% over last year.
I was absolutely adamant that I was going to go back to those farm days where you had to, earn your own keep, and we were going to be profitable from the beginning.
Farming was more than a business analogy for Clearfield. It became a target market.
Is that we wanted to focus on rural broadband. We wanted to be able to provide the type of resources, the type of connectivity that was only available at that point in time, in the large cities.
How prescient that was, as the pandemic shined a spotlight on broadband disparities and the need for more connectivity in rural communities.
But today, what we're seeing is not only are independent telephone companies providing fiber, but the pandemic put us in a position in which it was obvious that we had to get residential support and residential service in a much better position. But we know that this is a 5 to 10 year build, and it's not just about fiber to the home, it's about fiber to anywhere. And our architectures will support the 5G rollout and all of the fiber infrastructure that's going to be necessary, from wireless, driverless cars to the means of, the whole Internet of Things.
And that's why Cheri is more committed than ever to her work with Clearfield, to her team, and to the communities they serve.
Because broadband is what allows us to have a better lifestyle. And it's personal to me to make that happen, to get those rural communities where they're in place. And I think it's going to allow rural communities to stop the brain drain. People are going to be able to stay home. That was never an option for me. I wasn't going to stay home in New Ulm and have a career that was made available. You didn't stay home. But I think that's going to change, and I think broadband's one of the tools.